Jungkook, I was roaming in the lawn with the feeling of anger, confusion. I was kind of situation where I was feeling helpless. I married him, but now I was finding it difficult to go in my room. Where he was waiting for me, I realized that I made a mistake of marrying. I didn't want to do it. I was not ready for this. My mom came to me and told me to go to my room, and I stopped. I slowly walked toward my room and stand at the door thinking about the next step. I did not know what to say to him, who was waiting for me in my room as my husband. I went in and saw him sitting on bed. I felt my blood boiling. I was being trapped and the marriage of my sister was about to break only because of this boy sitting on my bed. I didn't look at him and went to get my clothes. I went to washroom without looking at him. I came out of the room and saw him sitting at the same position. Hey, why is so quiet? Why is not saying anything? Maybe he is controlling his anger. I was lost in my thoughts, waiting for his voice, for his words, but he didn't say anything. I looked up at the voice. It was Taekook who opened the wardrobe and took his clothes and went in the washroom. I waited for him to come out. After 15 minutes, he came out and looked at me. This was the first time since our wedding he looked at me. I was accepting him to say something. I know he was not happy. I was a burden to him. I want to him to open his heart to me. Whatever he had in it, I want him to just spell it out. I was ready to face his anger, his hate, whatever he would like to give me. JK, go change your clothes and sleep. They. I nodded and got up from bed. I took my clothes from my bag and went to washroom to change. I took a shower. Calm my tired nerve as I was so tiredly physically and mentally. Thank you God for blessing me and give me this life. I just want your blessing and please help me in winning my husband's heart. Give me the feelings for him. Make me fall for him and make him mine. Only mine. I look at the bed where Jungkook was lying. He was using his mobile. I look at the empty side of the bed. I hesitate when near the bed and lay down on one side, making distance between two of us. As I lay down, I feel my body stiff. First time it was I sharing the bed with someone, and that was my husband, who doesn't talk to me, not prize my beauty. Huh? Beauty. I was not beautiful. Then why would we get married? After a while, I noticed Jungkook to turn off the mobile and lay down to sleep. It's been half an hour of me laying there on the bed trying to sleep, but all in vain. I was thinking about my life, who I am, do I really exist? Does anyone ever have noticed me? Do I have any importance in anyone's life? Anyone loves me? So many questions were surrounding in my mind. I was not able to sleep but think. I was a person who was always an unwanted person in everyone's life. First, I was an unwanted child of my parents, but I always thought that one day in my life will be changed. I will loved by someone. Someone will love me, care about me. I wish for a man who will love me and accept me from his heart, but all happened is a fulfilled marriage and an undesired person in my husband's life. Was my wedding night. Everyone dreamed about a lot about this night. I also had a lot of dreams about tonight, but it seems like none of my dreams come true. My dreams to get a loving husband has not been fulfilled. All I got is coldness from my husband. He does not even look at me. I dress up for him. But when his eyes doesn't look at me for once, I hurt. I feel hurt rising in my heart. A tear escaped from my eyes and rolled down on my cheeks. I was not able to control my emotions and I let them come out in a form of tears. I slightly turned to see Jungkook, who was, I thought, deep in sleep. I could not see his face because his face was on the other side. I turned to my side and started thinking about my coming life. What was gonna happen? I totally don't know. I was just waiting to see where is my life taking. Next morning, I was in deep slumber when I heard a knock on the door, which made me get up. I got up and took few seconds to come into my sense. I opened my eyes and went to open the door. Good morning, Miss John. Breakfast is ready and we're all waiting for both of you. Get ready, she said while looking in the room where Jungkook was sleeping. We'll join you in 15 minutes, I said smiling, and she nodded and left. There, I closed the door and went to my suitcase. I took my clothes and out and went to the washroom to take a bath. After taking shower, I come out and dried my hair and look at the reflection of Jungkook, who was still sleeping. I am thinking where to wake him up. I hesitate, went to him. Jungkook, I called him for once and then again, but there was no response. I hesitantly shook his shoulder slightly. Jungkook, Wake up, I called him while shaking his shoulder. On my shock, I saw him moving. I instantly made a distance and took few steps back. He stretched his legs straight and slowly opened his eyes. He turned toward me and looked at me. It's 8 and our is waiting for us on breakfast. I stammeringly said and he nodded. I was amazed that he did not scold me for waking him up or touching him. I was expecting to yell, but he did not say anything and sat up on the bed. Referring his hair with his left hand, he threw the blanket away from him. He didn't look at me again and walked to the wardrobe. I was standing like a statue, bearing his silence. It was hurting deep in my heart. His silence was hurting me. I turned to see him, who took his clothes and went to the washroom. I walked to the I knew all this was coming. His cold behavior I had to bear. He was now only my only family, but did I mean to him? Anyway, I thought and sat on the bench placed in front of the dressing table. I was start getting ready. After I turned to see the washroom door was open and he come out while drying his hair with towel. He didn't look at me. He came to the dressing table and I looked up at his reflection. Our reflection was visible in the mirror, but his eyes never comes to see me. He took the brush and started combing his hair. While I was looking, took the lotion and applied it on my hand. Again, my eyes went up to him, see him. I looked ourselves. We look beautiful, or it's only just my thought. I was finding it beautiful. I was sitting and he was standing behind me. He was busy in himself, and I was just lost in him. He was looking so handsome in light peach color shirt and black pants, and I was looking at myself who was not so perfect, not so beautiful like he was. He was perfect and I was nothing in front of him. He doesn't deserve me. He deserved much better than me. But I was jumping in his life like nowhere. Come, his voice snapped me out of the thoughts and I lowered my eyes and walked out of the room and walked behind him. On breakfast table, me and Jungkook reached the breakfast table and I saw everyone was waiting for us. I felt strange when I noticed his eyes on me. I was trying to hide behind Jungkook, but he took seat and I sat next to him. Good morning. I was built the confidence in me and looked up at everyone. Good morning. The table was filled with Jungkook family. His both brother Namjoon and Yoongi with their beautiful husbands were seated busy in their breakfast. Jin, who was wife of Namjoon, served me the breakfast and smiled at me. I was feeling relieved that finally someone was nice to me. Miss John, reception function is in the evening. Theo, you take your clothes out. As we finished our breakfast, all men went in the hall, while I helped Jin Hyang and Jimin Hyang in cleaning the table. We all went in the kitchen. Theo, you go and take your things out. I'll come after some time, Jin Hyang said, and I nodded. Meaning, Tete uncle, as I turned, a cute boy of 5-year-old called me. I looked at him, who was smiling, and he was so cute. I bent on my knees and kissed on his cheeks. Thay, hello, I said, and he brought his hand forward. Hello, he said, and I held his hand to shake. Minnie, you are my Thay uncle? Thay broke. He asked innocently. Yes, and you are? I asked because I didn't recognize him. Minnie, I am Minnie, he said cutely. Jimin, my son. I turned to see Jimin Hyung. Thay, he is your son? I asked, and he nodded. Thay, he is so cute. Thay, he is so cute, I said and kissed his cheek. Minnie, you are so cute too, he said and kissed my cheeks, make me smile. Jimin, Minnie, take your uncle to his room. Jimin, Hyung said, and he held my hand and I smiled and he took me to my room. It was a huge mansion and I was thankful that Minnie was there to take me to my room because I forgot the way of my room. Minnie, I was going, he said as he stepped in front of my room. Hey, when I'll see you again, I asked while laying down in front of him. Minnie, when you call me, I'll come. Hey, he said and ran from there. I smiled and got up. I turned the knob of my room and entered. I saw Jungkook working on laptop. I closed the door behind me and went to my bags and suitcase. Take out my glove. I was setting them in the wardrobe. I felt his gaze on me. My hand was shivering while doing my work because all the time I was under his hating gaze. I didn't turn to see him. I just kept doing my work. I closed the wardrobe and looked at his reflection, visible in the mirror. For a moment, I lost myself in him. He was so perfect and so handsome. JK, after the receptions, pack your luggage. We depart to Seoul tomorrow morning. Tebo. His voice calm and I turned to see him, shocked. He talked to me. I was shocked, but then he pulled myself out of the shock. But why Seoul?